that's not something what you're looking at that you see every single day. This story made headlines when Boban Simic swam into the middle of Lake Michigan in February and began boxing on a floating iceberg. He is here to tell us all about that. Well, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
You've been getting a lot of recognition for this, but you've been doing a lot of things that other people would consider quirky for a long time now. First of all, let's talk about that, though. What prompted you to swim out to an iceberg and box on the lake?
I've been swimming in Lake Michigan all year long in ice water for maybe 8 years now. I always love the cold, and it boosts testosterone, boosts your immunity. I cured the flu one time in one day just by swimming in the freezing lake, puking in the water. Next day, it was all gone, the diarrhea, everything.
Okay.
So for coronavirus, you know, this could be immunity's essential. So swimming in ice water, you know, eating raw meat like I do, boost your immunity. Maybe it'll keep you from getting the coronavirus.
You eat raw meat?
I only eat raw meat for about a year now.
Okay, I don't want to harp too much on the boxing thing, but you had to find a willing partner to go out there. Who was out there with you boxing?
A former professional boxer. His name is Bobby. Psycho Thomas was his fighting name, and this guy is like in his 60s. And I used to see him by the lake like for 5 years, just punching at the air. I used to think, who is this guy? Like, this guy thinks he's a fighter. I didn't even think much of him. Then he said something smart to me. We started talking, and it turns out he's the best defensive boxing coach in the world. I mean, he's been working with me, and he takes punches to the gut from me. He hits me back, and this guy, first time going in with me, starts staying as long as me, and it takes not many people can do that.
So you're a bouncer, and you've also done some MMA work as well, some fighting too.
Not some. I'm a professional fighter. I'm a professional MMA fighter and a professional boxer. I fought for King of the Cage. I was the XFO heavyweight champion. So I've been doing that for like 15 years, but I haven't fought in about 5 years.
And some of the training that you do includes running around Chicago barefoot in the warmer months, right? Why do you do that?
Everything I do that's weird to people is just being. It's a modern way of thinking, being one with nature. I mean, these shoes, like I'm wearing now shoes, I'm not going to act like I don't wear them in the winter because it's cold. But it's like all this rubber and stuff, it deforms our spine. Like there was a African guy who ran in the marathon in, I think in the 60s, dusted everybody barefoot. And it's just more aligned for the spine, for the knees. I have like back problem and knee problems from years of just training. So it's like, just being natural, being grounded too. You pull energy from the ground.
So now that we are in the winter though, but you have no problem riding your bike, doing things outside. I mean, you're one with nature in many ways.
I was shirtless when it was minus 30 in Chicago that day. I was out for 40 minutes and they called the cops on me. Cops came and started investigating because I was in my neighborhood shadow boxing when it was minus 30.
Wow. So what do you say to people that say this stuff is crazy? I'm not saying that, by the way. I'm sitting across from you right now.
The way I look at it, society is a little bit crazy. So in a crazy world, sanity appears like when crazy because this is not a natural state we live in, and you know this is what I do is very common. Like just like eating raw meat, that's like animals were made to eat raw meat. You know, we're not designed to have to destroy food with fire. You know, so I'm just doing things natural. It's normal, really. Around the world, they eat raw. In Africa, they go barefoot. Russians swim in the ice water. All I'm doing is just like boosting my immunity. Everything they tell me is going to kill me is actually making me stronger, healthier. I haven't been sick in like 7 years.
All right.
And I used to get sick all the time in wintertime.
Well, man, you are one of the great Chicago characters. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I got to say one thing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I did mention Bobby Thompson. And check me out. Follow me on Instagram, the first one of my kind.
And there we go.
You're
doing the tag for me. Yeah, to keep up with all of his adventures, follow him right there, the first one of my kind.